You're what up, YouTube? It's your boy Wabi from the Politically Correct Show. Today, I'm gonna talk to you about basically what us men like really want because we reached the time where we have another Jay Z and Beyonce moment, and Clay Thompson's out here cheating on Meg Thee Stallion, and this, that, and the third, and everybody in the world but me is shocked. And I just gotta sit here and say to stop being shocked. Like stop it. Like one thing about Mega Stallion that I do respect is that, you know, besides the TANF of, showing off all her goods and all that stuff, I respect the fact that she made sure that she was an educated woman first, went to college, did all her stuff, blah, blah, blah. And, then she started, wilding out and all that stuff. So I can respect her educated sense. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not like Beyonce, where Beyonce was like basically a child star, basically. And, she sings this, that, and the third. Now, oh, it's an educated woman who got cheated on and this, that, and the third. But I'm here to tell y'all that y'all should not feel that you could be cheated on because Meg Thee Stallion got cheated on, because that's what all of that does is now you got women online talking about, oh well, if Meg Thee Stallion got cheated on, then where does that leave me? Where does that leave y'all? But the thing about it is, and I'm speaking this from my own judgment, is us men aren't like attracted to Meg Thee Stallion. Like we're attracted to like her body, yeah. We're attracted to probably, I've never heard Meg Thee Stallion say too much, but you know, based off of her background of her education, some guy probably liked her mind as well, but it's like the mortality though is way more important than any of that. For us real men that are out here trying to provide, trying to do the best we can to get as much as money as we can, trying to see our children all the time, trying to take care of that household, trying to, you know, just trying to do the manly duties that, back in the day was supposedly, always done. You know what I'm saying? That the Bible teaches us that we were supposed to be doing, protecting and all of that stuff. The men that are like that, like me, we don't like we don't look at Meg Thee Stallion as a wife. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all women be like, oh, they cheated, oh, they broke up, oh, this, that, and but we don't look at these normal, regular people. I'm not talking about celebrities, because gotta remember, Clay Thompson is a celebrity. You know, we don't look at those women like Ice Spice and the City Girls and Meg Thee Stallion, and we don't look at them as wives. We look at them as one night stands, and if lucky, girlfriends. But I don't see nobody wifing. Well, I do see people wifing, but I don't see much real men really wifing uh Meg Thee Stallion and Ice Spice. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the big thing when like Ye was married to like Kim Kardashian. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's not wifey material. So why would you do that? Because like I'd be damned if I'm wifing up a woman like that, talking about eating ass and stuff. Like, I'd be damned. Like that's not what normal men usually are attracted to. So for you, it has nothing to do with who gets cheated on. Like, and then on top of that, that's like very like low self esteemish. Like, you really, that's like saying somebody's better than you. Like, for example, because somebody has a woman that's super attractive, we call her a bad bitch, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And at the moment, maybe I don't. Am I going to say he's better than me because of that? No. That's very silly as it sounds, you know? It sounds very silly, you know? So, like, don't think just because an attractive woman got cheated on that, oh, no, now you're prone to get cheated on because, I mean, look, she got cheated on. That's like when you're in a relationship and you bring all your kid problems into the relationship. Oh, well, this is what happened with my parents, so I act like this. Like, no, that's not how life works. You know, if you're a good woman, you know, and you do the submissive things that men historically throughout all of time have always enjoyed and always utilized, then you will be good. Like women, y'all I'm not speaking for all women though, obviously, because like for example, uh, the woman that I have my eyes on, that I'm with, she she's not like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I made sure that I got with a woman that wasn't like the stereotypical, general. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't, I got someone who was like kind of unique, because this world is full of followers. So when one uh, female on the internet says, "Oh, Megan Thee Stallion gets cheated on. What about me?" Then a lot of their viewers are gonna say that, and it leads to this domino effect of um, not being confident, and unconfident women is gonna be detrimental. Is gonna be the detriment to our world. Like, I mean, unconfident men would be detriment to our world too, but like women, a strong woman, a headstrong woman is something that we all like. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're at school, your desk is probably a little messy. That one girl organizes it for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? The kids, the sandwich, the dinner, the all of that at once. That's what the women be doing out there back in the day. So it's like the mentalness of a woman is very important amongst our community, amongst our lives, because they nurture our children and they teach our children. Would like to argue that women are way more superior at being teachers than, say, generally a man is. So we we gotta make sure our women's heads are on straight, and would be doing that. Uh, Men, for one, need to stop obviously cheating and stuff, but that's gonna always go on. There's always gonna be cheaters that are gonna make you scared of the next guy. But women also need to understand that if you pick and choose the right person, like I mean, like for real, pick and choose the right person, like naturally, like for me, to be honest, like I live in Seaford, where you know, you're not gonna come out here and see everybody that's all fresh. Like everybody, it's a small town, so everybody has been with whatever, blah blah blah, and this, that, and the third. So with women, I wasn't looking at the woman with the biggest breasts or the woman with the biggest ass or all that stuff. Like, I was looking at the woman that morally respected me, that morally was submissive to me, that's morally, you know, in the same breath with me and my own beliefs as religion comes to. Like, all of these things mentally are just as important as the physical. Like, you don't want no ugly woman. I'm not saying go and get yourself an ugly woman. I'm just saying that with the beautiful women that are presented to you, some of those women have the moral values, have the intelligence, have the nurturer. You know what I'm saying? So, men, you need to start picking your woman right because, I can, you know what I'm saying? You can tell that we came into the era where, you know, everyone's so accessible nowadays. We just, not me per se, but men like to go to the woman that's most accessible. And then women, instead of going to what naturally pleases us, and women do the same thing just in a different way, where they will say that they want the nice guy, the guy that does this, that, and the third, boo, boo, boo. But then, the guy with money and all that. But then they will deliberately go and be with a loser, be with the guy who all his whole work history is basically selling, you know, his whole, he's been in and out of jail maybe, maybe he's in a set or something, maybe he don't like paying child support from his last relationship when he had a child, like maybe they're what I like to call the passenger princess, because they're dudes who just like bum their girlfriend off for like rides and $5 here and boom, let me get some weed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, women say that they want this type of guy, but then they go and get this type of guy. And like the red flags are just like right there in their face the whole time. So instead of getting what they naturally want and what they naturally need, they go get what they want at the moment. So, I mean, at the end of the day, uh, you can't look at somebody's life or somebody's experience and be like, oh, well, what about me? Like me, like, shoot, I've heard of women doing grimy stuff to men all the time, but I don't really look at myself being in that situation because I wouldn't put myself in that situation, or at least I wouldn't try to put myself in that situation. Like, I've been in like very like leveled relationships. Like, you would think I'm a lonely guy from the low level. Like, I haven't been too many relationships in my lifetime, and that's for good reasons because it's like you gotta watch who you rolling with because you know that's how you put yourself in that predicament is you let loose on who you rolling with and you catch somebody who's unmoral and then what do you think she's gonna do? you know so it's like you gotta watch who you're with for one, so you don't get cheated on, and then for two, you gotta do the basic things that you're naturally supposed to do so you don't get cheated on. And a lot of women, I'll be honest with you, in today's society, because of how we're taught that, none of this, there's no facts or nothing. So, you know, we can all do whatever we want and there's no balance. So, women don't know how to do a lot of this stuff. Like, I'm so happy I have a woman that knows how to cook. I'm so happy I know. I'm so happy I have a woman that knows how to cook because a lot of these women out here don't know how to cook. Let's just keep it a bean. And there's a lot of women out here that definitely know how to cook, obviously, but it's becoming a lost art because we're diving more into um, evenness instead of fair because not everything fair is even and not everything even is fair. So just because it's fair opportunity for uh, a minority, it doesn't mean we need DEI. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, it's fair for a woman to have the same opportunity doesn't mean it's even for society. You know what I'm saying? So we need to get back to the roles and the we need to get back to structure and then maybe we'll see more marriages, and we'll see more marriages last. Maybe we'll see more relationships, real relationships, and see more real relationships last. But at this point in time, we don't shun the fact that people have polygram relationships that obviously are demonic, like polygram, polygraph, whatever you call them, poly relationships where you got like two guys and three girls and they all, acting like they're couples. Like all of that stuff is detrimental to our lives, to society, So I don't know. I mean, I hope all of that made sense. I'm not. I'm trying to get more into more, uh, more broader topics. Keep it a little more interesting because these type of topics are the essential reason why this channel is a thing. Everything else is because I can't always be serious 24/7. I gotta have some type of positivity into everything. But I don't know. I just felt something when I started hearing women online talking about, what about me? What if I get cheated on? Like, no, you good. Just as long as you do what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Megan Thee Stallion. People need to understand that Megan Thee Stallion, she's probably smart. She probably has a nice body. She probably looks nice. But for men who have intellect, we know that we don't want a woman that talks about swallowing semen every Monday of the month. So it's like that's not what we were wifing up. We might smash, whatever, but we're not wifing them up. So just remember that. No, you don't have to twerk for Instagram or Facebook. You don't have to show half nudes on Snapchat. All you have to do is be you and be submissive and do all those little basic submissive things that you should have been taught when you were a kid. Well, not when you were a kid, when you were a teenager. All that cooking and cleaning and all of that, taking care of the children and all of that, all that other stuff, all that assisting and helping out. As long as you guys do that, or I mean, if you're in the relationship where you're the money maker, I mean, if you keep making the bands, if you keep making them bucks, I mean, it just depends on how y'all's relationship is. But me personally, I'm always going to promote the old-fashioned structural family dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So I always would want the woman to be at the house, just you know, doing her womanly duties. But if it's even not like that, because I know how the economy is, if it's not like that and you're the breadwinner, then as long as you're doing what you're doing, providing, making your money, doing what you have to do, you know, as long as you picked the right person now, because now when we talking about the women making money and stuff, you know what I'm saying, if you're having a man that don't provide and stuff, now he really has to be morally the right person, morally a good person. So if he's morally a good person, now if you picked morally a good person, then you won't get cheated on. You won't. Just is what it is. And then on top of that, we have to eliminate less we have to eliminate some sex, in order for you to let that not happen. Because if you don't have sex with the person, then, you might get cheated on, but it's not going to be half as bad. Like when y'all just been doing it for a few months now, constantly, regularly, and then all of a sudden someone cheats on you, it's going to hurt a lot more. So you also got to look at that too. Like people like to open up their legs the first day they meet somebody when you don't have to. If you let that man wait a little bit, then you'll see where he's at in life. Because men out here aren't real men out here aren't as thirsty as it stereotypically says. Like, the ones that are trying to do their manly duties, you know what I'm saying, they can wait. And if they really want you, they will. And then if they did wait, then, you know, they probably won't cheat on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta look at it like that and just understand that famous people, average people, we're all the same. There ain't nobody better than nobody else. So with that in mind, God bless you. God bless the woman. And God bless America. It's Wabi. And we out. Stay safe.